the dark liquor and we up to no good. We on the dark liquor and we up to no good. We on the dark liquor and we up to no good. We on the dark liquor and we up to no good. No matter what they say, we always did our thing. The district's on deck, boy, they right here beside me. We taking no prisoners, we always stay liquored up. Yeah, top 5 in our city. Small nigga, but
My name is Octavion Xcellence, aka Octavion was loved by your baby mom. I am a rapper. I am involved in clothing lines, James Clothing. I'm involved in booking local artists in the Richmond music scene via Slapdash. K McCoy is my man. You know, we do a lot of different things around the city. I'm also co-owner of Smooth Dirty Productions, which we shoot videos for the likes of Nicholas F., for the likes of Young Richmond Outcasts. We've done numbers of videos for artists locally, and that's pretty much who I am and what I do. I was, my first year in Virginia, I lived in Brunswick County, and I went to this show, and it had an artist by the name of P Nice and Arctic Freeze and So Heated Records, and I wanted to be just like those guys, just like them. So me and my cousin, DJ D Money, decided to form our little label when we were like 14 years old, and it kind of just popped off from there. You know, we were doing our thing, and I started making beats and rising through the ranks of Richmond. Artie put me in a better position to make music for cats like Doe the Paperboy, and I kind of got involved with Joe Doja, and then the Super Friends thing came about, and then started making moves and building up from there. So it pretty much started at the bottom. Moved to Richmond, and it kind of just took off from there for me. Musically, I don't really look for a lot of major people, so my influences are definitely local. Definitely look up to cats like DJ Lonnie B, Skills, Danger Mouth, DJ Mark, a lot of the pioneers that helped the, you know, Clef Dollars, the Canadians, the Joey Gallows, you know, the Nicholas F's, the Radio B's, the Mike Millions. They really helped me, really, you know, point me in the right direction as far as music and where I wanted to go and what kind of impact I wanted to have on the city. And as business-wise would have to be, I just really learned a lot from watching. I watched a lot of people come and go. I watched a lot of the mistakes they made. Business-wise, K McCoy and I went to high school together, so we all had this vision of trying to put on from Richmond, and at the time, there were no outlets for us to showcase our talents via performance, via radios, nothing. They just really were not really receptive to the local and independent market, so we decided to do it by ourselves. We decided to LLC a company. When we were kids, we were supposed to be in college, enjoying college, we decided to go and make this our life. So, you know, we just did our thing and tried to help the community as best possible. So the community really influenced me to do what I do business-wise, as well as the people that I surround myself with. I listen to Adele, Duffy, R.I.P. Amy Winehouse. I listen to Quadrant. I listen to independent cats also, Nike Nando, Uptown XO, Rod EMC. I listen to a lot of Ryan Flo, a lot of local cats I rock with, Nicholas F., Radio B, Steady Fam. I listen to a lot of stuff that's homegrown because even though your mentality is supposed to be expandable, you know, you're supposed to be thinking outside the box. It really starts here because our market is so sensitive. I like to support all the people I can and lend my ear to everyone that's making music that I know. So like the Chance Fishers and the Canadians and, you know, the people that I kind of grew up with and help support. I definitely want to continue to support their music and just be a part of their movement as best possible. So, you know, I have some independent people in my iTunes. I also have, you know, I have some hood shit in there, Waka Flocka in there, and, you know, Gunplay, et cetera, for those times that it needs to be that type of musical setting. You know, but for the most part, it's a lot of my homies, you know, a lot of my suburban district, you know, cats, Tim Porter Fair, a lot of the cats on my label, Cleos, Davey, A Freeze, Superstar, you know, Rack Squad. I listen to a lot of Rack Squad in my headphones. So I just be showing love to everybody I can. You know, of course, A Driver, Intellect, Feel the Thrill, Carnage 45, you know, Harley, you know. I listen to 757 cats too, Zaya Burke, Clay the Great, Sinatra Royale, the list can go on and on and on. You know, I Shine Love, the Teleport Team, you know, there's a lot of people I rock with. So that's pretty much what goes on in my iPod and my iTunes. I knew this was coming. It's sensitive. Sensitive but growing. And, you know, it's going to take a lot more unity than what we have to make it work. But it's very diverse. You know, you have a lot of, you know, the backpack hip-hoppers, you have the lyrical hip-hoppers, you have the older hip-hoppers, you know, Skills, and those kind of cats that have been making music. And then you have the newer generation, and you have people like me, artists like me and Isaiah and Hovey and Suburban District, who are like a fused pop, hip-hop kind of situation. And cats like K McCoy that are still on the sample, old school hip-hop feel. And you have, you know, you have your trap music, you have your hood records, and then you have cats that are in the middle, like Superstar Spitters and Rich City TC and Cash and all of them, you know, that are in the middle of that. And you have J. Roddy Rod with the twerk music. So we have a lot of different aspects of our city that bring life to our city and the color to our community and the things that we do. And we bond together and we work together no matter what type of genre of music. We always work together, no matter what. So it's up and coming. But Slapdash is the independent one-stop shop for the city. We handle music, we handle media, we handle fashion, we handle art. All of our shows are usually put together with K McCoy. He really does a good job of setting things up because, of course, I live in California now, so it's really hard running things from California. So K McCoy and Felice and Bella and Sneed and Tan and all the people that help us do what we do over here at Slapdash, we incorporate the hip-hop aspect. We also have bands, we have power pop acts, we have artists that do live paintings. Shout out to Nims, shout out to Midnight Society, Lonnie Gardner and Jermaine and them. You know, we just incorporate a lot of different elements to our show, so it's just not a bunch of niggas on stage rapping with 30 niggas. It's a whole feel, it's an event, and we're trying to build up. Every single day we get stronger, every single day is a new person that finds out about our movement, and every single day is we're getting closer to coming to the dream of creating a real tight-knit community in the city, and, you know, for us to uplift one another. So that's what Slapdash is about, man. Slapdash always makes you wonder. You never know what we'll do next. We have our hands in everything. I want to be remembered as a guy that tried his hardest. You know, I do a lot of things, my hands are in a lot of pots, but I do that in the betterment of our community, of our city, of our idea of growth, of potential success and positivity. And I just want to be known as that guy that helped everybody. You know, I deal just alone in 1 year, we had over 200 artists come through our doors in Slapdash. You know, that's really big to me. You know, and you never know where those artists will go at the end of the day. So I just want to make sure that my name is intact.
We on the dark looking and we up to no good. No matter what they say, we always did our thing. The district's on deck, boy, they right here beside me. We taking no prisoners, we always stay lick it up. Top 5 in our city.